So this is probably going to be a short video, but it could turn out to be a long video as well. I don't know, because I'm going to free flow this one. I really didn't have anything planned out. And when I sat down at my desk, I just felt I really want to talk. By the way, I'm not looking on notes. It's just I'm thinking. But so this is probably going to be a relatively short video, but I also don't know because I'm going to free flow, so it may turn out to be a longer video as well. So I don't have anything planned out for today for this video. I just sat down at my desk and then I felt like I really want to talk about getting clear on what you want, because this is something I wish I did earlier and it's bugging me now because I've had I've had a clear vision of where I want to go, but I didn't have a clear vision of how I want to get there and what I'm willing to offer or sacrifice. I wasn't really clear. I just had this dream of where I want to go, and I just wish I got clearer on that earlier. I think that would have helped me out a lot. So yeah, I just want to talk about getting clear on what you want, because I think what happens with a lot of us, and I think this happened to me when I just started my marketing agency, was we kind of strive to reach the goals that other people want to achieve, like the influencers on Instagram and TikTok. We strive to reach their original goals of, whatever it may be. And I'm not saying that I don't, because I want to have location, time, and financial freedom. I really want all of those things. Otherwise, I would have, stopped by now. But I really, really want those things. But I definitely think we as a newbies, or when we just start out, I'm not a newbie anymore, although I haven't been in this for too long, but as a newbie, most or a lot of times people kind of strive for other people's streams. And I'm specifically talking about business and online business now, and making money online and all of that. That's really what I'm referring to. Obviously it can apply to other things as well, but just so many people, and as I said, this happened to me as well, is they strive for other people's dreams and goals. And I mean, people set this goal of reaching 10K per month and living, this laptop lifestyle, making, yeah, as I said, 10K a month, traveling the world. And that's great. I mean, a lot of us probably want that, but there's a lot of us that don't necessarily want to do that. We just jump on the bandwagon because that's what everyone else wants, and we kind of trick ourselves into thinking that's what we want as well. And maybe we want it, but we don't really understand the sacrifice that's going to go into achieving that sort of lifestyle. And then later on, when we realize the sacrifices we need to make, then only we realize that that wasn't necessarily something that I really wanted that badly. It was just everyone else wanted it, and everyone else strived for that lifestyle, so I jumped on the bandwagon with them and also tried. And i I kind of find myself in that situation right now. I do want a certain lifestyle. I do want, me personally, I do want to have location and time freedom. It's very, very important for me. Financial freedom is super important for me. So I'm not saying I jumped on the bandwagon, but with certain goals, I did. Certain goals and things that I wanted to achieve, I did jump on that bandwagon. But I let them go already. I have a way better idea of what I want and what I'm willing to sacrifice to get there at this moment. But currently, I still need to work on really what I want, because what happens, at least this is what's happening with me, and what happened with me in the past as well, is if I'm not clear on what I want and what I'm willing to sacrifice and how I want to get to where I want to go, it's kind of like I'm over here and there's like 10 different ropes attached to me, and this one pulls me in this direction, and as soon as this one pulls me in this direction, the other one pulls me in this one, and then this one, and I do this. I don't really go anywhere because I tried this for a while and then I realized, no, I don't like this, or I think there's something else that I want to do, and then I try this, and that happens, and it happened, and it's still happening to me right now. And this is something that I didn't really speak about in the past, but it's very freaking painful because I feel like I'm working so hard, but I'm not really making any good progress in any direction because I get distracted by little things easily. Like I can work, I can do focused work. That's not what I necessarily mean by distracted, like by my phone or so, but I get distracted by different goals and lifestyles and visions. Like I'd work for a few days, weeks, or even months to achieve a certain thing, and then later on I realize no, but this isn't really what I want, and then I do something else, and then sometimes it takes me a week, and then and I'm not saying I'm doing this all the time. I have different periods of my life where I kind of fall around a bit more, and other periods where I'm way more focused. But that's just something that I wanted to talk about because I want every one of you watching this to make sure that you know what you want and that you have a very clear vision of where you want to go. And you don't have to have the exact steps of where or of how you're going to get there, especially if it's a very long term goal. But make sure you don't just jump on something that everyone else is jumping on because that's what everyone's doing in that stage, because it's like fashion almost. Like running a marketing agency is almost fashion at this point. And that's one thing that really frustrates me about my business is the fact that there's more marketing agencies out there than there's really any other business. That's just a guess. But the point is there's so many marketing agencies, it's not even funny. And a marketing agency has gotten such a bad name because there's so many of them, and also because there's so many of them that don't know what they're doing. And that overall makes it so much harder to succeed in the marketing agency space. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible, and I'm not saying it's easier in other business models, because that would just be stupid of me to say that if I have never really tried running another business. And I know that building a business isn't easy, but what I can say, it is definitely harder at this moment to actually get meetings and so on, because people are so resistant toward actually getting on meetings with marketing agencies, and it's only getting worse in my experience. So I would have probably, if I had to start over again, probably went in another direction. If I really just had a good session with myself, thinking, what do I really, really want? What do I want to do for the rest of, I wouldn't say the rest of my life, but at least for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years? And what do I want to spend time on? What do I want to build a brand around? All of those things. I wish I did that earlier because, as I said, I kind of just jumped on the bandwagon of marketing agency, and I'm so mad because I bought a course, and all of these gurus just tell you that this is the best business model and this is the best business model. And yes, it's true, there's certain business models that's harder than others, but do what you want to do. And I'm not saying everything's just going to be fun and that you should quit when it's hard. That's not what I'm saying. But just think critically for a moment. Sorry, my watch. This is my self talk reminder. Anyway, do what you like, think critically. Where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as a fitness coach? Do you see yourself as someone who helps chiropractors get more patients? Do you see yourself as someone who runs an e-commerce store? Where do you see yourself? Really think about that, and then rather consider going in that direction. Don't just jump on the bandwagon and listen to what all of these gurus tell you, because obviously if someone sells an SMMA course, they're going to tell you that SMMA is the easiest and the best business model to start in 2024. Like, that makes me so mad. And I understand, obviously, they run a business and it's just marketing. But just understand that nothing good is easy. And by that, obviously, like, it is still possible to start a marketing agency by all means. I mean, I do have clients, I'm just not super successful yet. And they just, yeah, you just have to put in a lot of work to make it happen. And I'm not saying it was like a breeze in the beginning when marketing agencies, just started to become something, but it definitely, I think, was easier. And the people that started those businesses were people that wanted to go into that business model. I'm making vague statements now. Obviously, I'm not a super experienced business yet, so I don't want to say anything. Sorry, my monitor just glitched. I don't want to say anything that, I hope you guys can hear me because it doesn't look like my mic is turned on. So yeah, I'm not saying that starting a business is easy and that everyone else had it easy and that it's just hard for us people trying to run marketing agencies right now. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying get clear on what you want and spend your time and energy in a business model that you can see yourself doing for an extended period of time, that you don't hate the concept and because then you're not going to do it well. If you really like what you do, then you're going to do the things that are hard with more enthusiasm and you're going to be more consistent. Where if you already hate what you do, then it's going to be so very hard to even, because then there's going to be hard tasks in that business and it's going to be even harder for you to succeed. So look, I know I just rambled on a bit, just free flowed for this video. Sorry. I hope there's some of you looking at this, just thinking a bit for yourselves. And if you're considering to start a business, just think a bit before you just start a random business. I'm not saying there's any ideal business. I'm just saying think before you start one. Think if that's something you really want to do. Or obviously, there isn't going to be a perfect business model that just perfectly aligns with you. But I'm just saying, just think before you do something. Don't just start a business because everyone else starts a business in a similar industry. Start it because you want to do that and because you believe in that, and then put everything into it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Obviously, you guys can check out my Instagram and my TikTok below. I'd love to connect with you guys on there. And then, of course, if you like this video, please subscribe, like, comment, do all of the nice things that a YouTuber wants you to do. And thanks so much for watching. Remember, stay authentic to yourself and go make your future self proud.